Hello, welcome back. So here we go. The second part of FSX is going to include the landing and the descent. Currently 148 nautical miles away from our destination. It should take us about 25-26 minutes, depending how kind air traffic control are going to be. We don't have any air traffic control at the moment, but I am going to keep an eye out just in case, because there was traffic control when we started the flight, which was about 2 hours ago. Currently the flight is 2 hours and 18 minutes long, is how long we've been in the air for. 2 hours and 19 now. We've pretty much matched everything. It's went pretty well. There's not been that much traffic to deal with. So yeah, overall it's been a very good flight. The wind's quite high at the moment actually. It's 318 at 87 knots, so it is quite a strong wind. Yeah, it's because it's at 318, we've actually got a sort of a wind coming in from the left hand side. Virtually, it's pretty much directly coming in from our left hand side over here, as you can sort of see, but you can't see the wind. It's coming in from our left hand side, which is why we're not actually on a true heading. We should be on a heading of 055, but we're actually on a heading of 044, 043. So there's a 10-degree sort of turn to the left just to maintain us going in a straight line so the wind doesn't push us off course. Also using a little bit of my aileron trim to try and level out the plane a little bit, just so the wings don't have to work quite so hard. Otherwise we're getting imbalance of engine power on the left and the right. Okay, right. We have currently got about £7,000 of fuel. I can bring up my little chart here. That shows us that we have about £7,000, so we've got 5,600 in the centre and 700 in the left and right tank. We should be fine. We should have plenty of fuel for landing. I'm not entirely sure how much extra fuel. That noise is very annoying, right? Around people sort of, requesting various bits and bobs is fairly high. We are going to have a bit of sort of a kind of a tailwind, I guess, though, as we turn right, which is good, so hopefully it's not going to be too bad, and we're also going to land in a very good headwind. I want to land on runway 28 right. It has an ILS. Runway 10, which I was originally going to land on, doesn't, but the wind has also changed. It's actually telling me the wind should calm down. No. Right, okay, let's start to descend. So we're going to try and control our speed. Now we're currently at an airspeed of 250, so we can keep that, but we are going to change that to 230 actually. So let me just type in what I'm doing. Uh, 230. I'm going to say 6. So I've just put in the thing, what we're doing. So airspeed of 230, descending flight of 060. Right, so let's plug that in. So it's roughly 6,000 feet. It may not be exact. It doesn't matter at this point. Okay, so let me just check our constraints. So in fact, no, we need to be at 6,000 feet anyway. That's perfect. Yeah, that's good. So good. Could be descending to 6,000 feet. We have got a transition. So yeah, we have got a transition, which is good. Yeah, it's all going well actually. We're going to be using a transition. So what it means is we're going to follow certain constraints. We're going to go down to 4,000 feet to 9 nautical miles away from the airport, and then from 9 nautical miles to the airport we're going to take about, I don't know, a 5-degree angle going downwards, and hopefully we can get a nice calm landing. Now we've got to be careful, but we're not going to overspeed. Very easy to do. I don't think we're going to. The plane is slowing down nicely, however we have just increased some speed. You'll notice our airspeed will come down as we descend, because of course we're getting closer to the Earth, if you like. So you know, our indicated airspeed will come down to about 250-ish. Yeah, sorry if you guys continuously hear sort of an annoying sound, whether plane where you don't hear any game sound. 108 nautical miles. Well, that's very good actually, that's perfect. So, yeah, the reason I just said 108 nautical miles was because that's how long it's going to take us until we hit 6,000 feet. Well, that's what it's saying anyway. Just going to check any update on ATC, which there is none at the moment. No, there is no ATC. Now, hopefully, oh my god. God, this noise is so annoying. Annoying thing is, I can't really get off Unicorn. Right, that beep is to tell us that we're turning right, which we are. We're going to be on a heading of about 088, I think. So we're taking pretty much. We're going pretty much west. West, east. What am I saying? So we're pretty much going east. Air traffic seems to be pretty good. I'm looking on my map now, and we haven't really got any major air traffic. It's pretty quiet actually today. There is still about 500 or something airplanes. Let me just check. 604 aircrafts at the moment. Yeah, there are about 604 aircrafts at the moment online. So there's a lot of airplanes. Most of them are in Europe. But the air traffic around our airport is not that busy, purely because it doesn't have ATC, and people normally like to communicate with ATC, including myself. Well, it tells us that it should take 2 hours and 35 minutes. And at the moment, we're going to be about a minute or two late. And actually that is pretty good. If we can keep to... I'd like to say that we're going to arrive within 5 minutes of our estimated time of arrival. If we do that, I'd say that's pretty good. Even 10 minutes is okay. It's not brilliant, but it's okay. Of course, Ryanair, as well as a horrific service, Ryanair is also known for being virtually on time all the time. So fair play to them for that. But it's not a massively nice air. It's not a nice airline, if you ask me. Just my personal opinion. That I think of. Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to go into too much details because I get grumpy otherwise. Right. So 92. Ooh, we're a little bit behind, which is fine. We are going to increase our rate of descent to about 2,200. We just want to make sure that we're very nicely. We have got a lot of mountainous areas though. As you can see outside, you can see it's very mountainy. Phenomenal scenery though. It does look fantastic. Oh, look at those clouds, they look fantastic. But yeah, you can see that the scenery is pretty mountainous. So we don't want to go too low and crash into a mountain. I've never landed at this airport, and I've never taken off from wherever we took off in Watson and Jiggy, Spain, however. I have flown to Austria before, I think. Well, I think me and Marco, we took off from Austria, I think, at one point, but I can't quite remember when. I seem to remember it was extremely nice scenery, but yeah. So here we go. So just gonna bring our speed down to about 220, because we really don't need to go fast. We just want a nice rapid descent. Now we have brought back a load of our brought back a load of timing, if you like, crumbs. I can't think of it. We should hit 6,000 feet and 60 nautical miles. So 68 nautical miles to go, which is good. Our ideal situation would be, in fact, no, we've just hit our ideal situation, where we should be at 6,000 feet in 56 nautical miles. We've got 66 to go. So yeah, we've got a difference of about 10, which is good, because it's, of course, 9 nautical miles is the last leg of the journey. If you remember, I said with 9 nautical miles to go, we're going to be descent to from 4,000. Oh no, hang on, that's not quite correct, is it? No. So we're not quite ideal. We should be okay though. Let's just bring that down just a little bit more then. 2,300 perhaps. At 22,000 feet, as you can see. Let's just reset our barometric pressure. Yeah, still 22. We've got 6,000 pounds of fuel left, which is good because we're not going to be using that much now we're descending. You can see that thing's almost on idle. Now, do we have an anti-ice on this airplane? I hope so, because it means we can turn it on. Now, where is it? Anti-ice, anti-ice, anti-ice. Put our no smoking and stuff on. Oh, wing anti-ice. And engine anti-ice. We're going to put both on. Really anti-ice, anything from, I'd say anything under 4 degrees, you want to be using anti-ice. It's currently minus 17. Now, I'm just predicting that the weather's not overly good at the airport. That's all I'm predicting. I reckon it's going to be quite cold. We're not that high, to be honest. We're only at 19,000 feet, and we're already, oh, hang on, where's, I know we're, and we're at minus 16. If it warms up, we'll turn off anti-ice. But yeah, for now we're going to leave it on. So yeah, you use very little fuel though when descending. People are surprised because you use a ton of fuel when like, you know, when going up. The most amount of fuel you're using is from when you take off and reach the top of your descent, top of climb. Sorry. And well, at the moment, yeah, the engines are virtually, as you can see there, and if I click on here, they are on idle, bar a tiny bit. Idle is about 23% power at the moment. They're only on 26.9, so you know. We're not going to have to use speed brake or anything. Oh, as I move it a little bit. Right, let's plug in to our navigate. Oh, as you can see, these. Now this is a really cool effect actually. These clouds are very, very well modelled. Now, if I get to the right thing, you may or may not be able to see this. But as you move through the clouds, they do actually change. They move behind you. It's very cool. and it's why I like Rex so much. We're still descending, and we're gonna, yeah, we're perfectly on target. Should take us about another 10 or 15 minutes until we land. Right, let's go to our radio stack. Now, our standby is going to be 10.1. Good. 10.1 is our standby. We are currently in GPS mode, I think. I hope. Yes, we are. We are curving to 10,000 feet. As soon as we hit 10,000 feet, we can click our landing. So, let me just take the ACAS. ETIS. Oh, no, so that's not us. No, I don't think we really need to worry about anything now, unless a tower was to come on like now. We're sort of too close to the airport. We may be able to see the airport actually. We probably won't be able to though because of all these clouds. So there somewhere. It's a little bit in front of us. It's around there. Oh, it's probably... Is that it there? I think this is it here. Is it? No. No, it isn't. Should be able to see it though. Fortunately, these clouds rather sort of mean visibility. It's not. No, I'm not looking at it. It's definitely on this side. It's obviously not too mountainous though, which is good. No, I can't see it. Maybe you guys have spotted it. Okay, so I want to make sure that we hit these constraints and stuff. Right, so now this bit of the flight isn't actually in the flight plan, technically speaking. Yeah, this bit, like I was saying, sorry guys, I had to go for just a second. This bit, technically speaking, isn't really in the flight plan. Because I've now inputted this, knowing the weather conditions, because you can't predict a SID or a star. You can predict a SID or a star, but you can only really predict it when you're about, half an hour away from where you want to go. It's pretty difficult to predict 3 hours in advance because weather changes. Weather changes a lot less than half an hour than it does in 3 hours, so you know. Right, okay, so we've got a lot of our stuff set up. I'm now going to zoom in a little bit more into our map. Now, it's a kind of weird approach actually. We kind of take a right, and then a left, and then a right, and then we kind of loop around. It's very strange. We fly over the airport. It's the strangest transition I think I'm ever going to fly. Now, we're going to turn right here. Now, we can actually slow down a little bit more now. Okay, constraint at 6,000 now. 5,100 is our next one. Going to put 180 now into our airspeed. We're going to use full flaps for landing. Although it is a decent length runway, let me just check it. The elevation of the actual airport is 1,500 feet. That's like 1,490 something. But yeah, about 1,500 feet. As I get to the right page. Does it say? It should say. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't say. Nope, I thought it did say how long the runway is. It probably does somewhere, but I don't want to go into too many details. Right, now, look. If I go outside, you can actually see the airport. It's a pretty incredible approach. Now, it's very busy. It's the busiest part for any pilot. Now we're going to go down to 4,000 feet. So, put some flaps out. We are also going to use a little bit of a speed brake. Now again, we're going to reduce the speed even more. We haven't got any sort of speed constraints, I don't think. No, we don't. About 160-ish. Oops, wrong button. Put landing gear down because we don't need the drag either. Come on. Oh, for God's sake. Stupid easy dock decides not to work. Now, we've got a lot more fuel. Now I'm going to put flaps on full. Hopefully that's okay. Now we're going to make a right hand turn. We are also going to put our radio, we're going to put that as active. We're going to press that button. It's got it, so it's got the ID. You can hear all these beeps and stuff. This is how busy it is. Right, now, any minute now, I'm going to hit GPS. Hit GPS. Whoops. Got the localizer on. Yeah, we've got good. We've got both localizers and stuff. Move that up a bit. Annoyingly, I can't actually see it that well. A bit more speed brake. Good, good, good. Right. Extremely sharp right hand turn. I'm concentrating quite a lot, that's why I'm not talking that much. So we've now kind of got, Jesus Christ, put speed brakes on full. No, come on, slow down, slow down, slow down. It's really difficult, guys. Gotta say, got speed brakes on full, man. Just trying to control the speed manually now, because for whatever reason, it's decided that, yeah, it decided that it didn't want to control the speed. Which is fine, so I'm just going to control the speed manually. Right. Let's try again with the speed. That's better. Now let's go into 140. Oh shit. Now, good. Currently 2 hours and 42, so we're not quite within that 5 minutes, but we should be within the 10 minutes. It's going to take us about 2 minutes until we touch down. Okay, so you can see on the left here, that is telling us that, on the left here, it's telling us that we can't go any slower than about 130. I think. Yes. Sounds like we can't really go slower than 130, which is fine because we're going to be landing at about 135 anyway, so possibly. Yeah, 135 is what we're going to be landing at. Now we're going to slow down again to 135. Now the beep is those beeps, by the way, guys, it's just this because we've got that button on. So as soon as we land, we can press that. Now, whoops, I forgot this. That. Oh no, suburbs. There we go, good. Right, currently perfect and on target. I think everything is set. We're just going to set our thing on Magoogly Hoogly. Same Magoogly Boogly thing, whatever you call it. I'm talking about my AVAP thing. I'm just going to set it so it's on standby rather than TX, which is Charlie. Now, I'm just going to set.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Now, turn off autopilot, and let's land this bird manually.
Don't sink.
Ooh,
Don't sink.
that's exhilarating.
Don't sink.
Come on, speed brakes on full.
Sink rate.
Ooh, that's a fairly rough landing, which is fine, not the end of the world. Coming into land now. Just using our reverse thrust now, we can turn that off. Right then. I'm not sure what gate is appropriate, so let's just set up. Haven't done landing in a long time, so it wasn't the best. It was okay, I guess. Bring our speed brakes up. Put our trim to standard. Also bring our flaps completely up as well. Should have announced that we're approaching the airport, but there's no traffic or anything, so you know. Not too bad. Right then. We're going to turn off right in a minute. Get a speed of about 30 knots. So elevation 1,500. So yeah, that's pretty close. There you go. If we just set our barometric pressure, you can see it's actually 4,000 and 1,480. So stop the clock. That's 1 hour and 46 minutes. So not too bad. Pretty pleased with that. 2 hours and 46. I think that's a 1 hour 46. 2 hours and 46 minutes it took from as soon as we left the runway to virtually when we hit the runway. You would have noticed I actually delayed it a little bit. That's because if you remember, I actually started it a tiny bit after we took off. But never mind. Right, we're just gonna. Trundling along at a nice speed. We're gonna just turn right or off here. Right then, let's zoom in on my map. Okie dokie. Alright, now we kind of have to make a decision on where we want to park. Now we're going to have to go left. So, well, I say left. You can't actually go forwards anyway. So we're going to go left, basically. Ooh, understood. Oh no, it's perfect actually. Okie dokie, right. Alright, we're going to go to the end of this, we're going to take a right, and we're going to not go quite to the end, but we're going to go one from the end, because the end one's a fuel box. I'm not sure if we can see that though. We don't need that up either. Right. Oh, crumbs, what am I doing? Alright, here we go. I'm just going to go in on this one here, one from the end, I believe. Shit. Yeah, you can see the fuel box off to the left. Try and keep it rolling. Yeah, perfect. Right, there we go. I think we are parked. Hopefully we're parked. There we go, perfect. I think we've got parking brakes there, haven't we? Yeah, we have. Good. So, let's turn off a couple of bits and bobs. Turn anti-ice on. Actually, was anti-ice necessary? Possibly. We'll say yes. Okay. The engine's powered down. Haven't go off. Are they still running? Yeah, they are. There you go. Well, they just keep going till they decide they want to stop. So there we go, guys. That's it. That was our flight from Jerez to Klagenfurt in Austria. So yeah, there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and be sure to check out the channel soon, because we'll be having some more cool videos. See you in a bit, and bye bye.